Hey Midlifers in Business, welcome back to lesson 3. So the last 2 weeks we've been talking about getting found, and this week is what happens when you get found. So you're doing all the effort of getting someone to find you by updating your Google business profile, and you've started creating more consistent blogs, but then what happens next? Somebody clicks and they find your website. And this is the lesson where we talk about actually what happens when they land there. So here's the thing, all of the work about getting found is only worth it if the place that they arrive at is any good. You can be at the top of Google and still lose somebody in the first 10 seconds if your site is slow or confusing or busy talking about you instead of talking to them. Your website really does matter more than you think because it's the one piece of digital that you actually own. Your socials are rented, your Google is rented, your website, yours. So it's the thing that's worth getting right because you can absolutely control it at all points in time. So today we've got 2 jobs. The first one is to make sure that your website is clear, and the second is that it is quick and it is optimized. So first, think about your customer. They're on their phone, they've never heard of you, and they've got about 10 seconds and not a lot of patience. In those 10 seconds, they're working out 3 things without even realizing it. What you do, whether that's for them, and what to do next. If your site answers those 3 fast, then they'll stay. And if it makes them dig for that, they'll be gone. Back to Google, off to someone easier. So most websites do actually miss this in the same way. They open with welcome to our website or a lovely founder story or a big beautiful photo with almost no words. And all of those things are very nice to have and very pretty. But none of it answers those 3 questions. So here's the fix. It's not a full redesign. I don't think it is ever. But near the top of your homepage, you need to say it plainly, what you do, who it's for, and one clear next step. Now, I'm a really big stickler on language because language really helps build this together. So I don't want to see any explore our world or vague language that's flowery and emotional but not concise. We want a real instruction, like book a call, order online, get a quote, go here. Tell them exactly what to do and make the button impossible to miss. Clear beats clever every single time. You're not writing to impress anyone, you're writing to be understood by someone in a hurry. And you've got to make sure that the next step is really obvious to them and they have no problems getting to that place. So it doesn't matter what type of business that you have. A pretty website is great, but a pretty functional, clear website, and people absolutely have to click that next button. That's the goal here. So your task for the week, we're going to see how your website actually performs using a free tool from Google. It's called Page Speed Insights, and this prompt will be below, but you head to pagespeed.web.dev and paste in your website address, and it gives you a score for speed and for how good the experience is, both on a phone and on a desktop. So here's one thing I definitely want to make clear. Most people are finding you via mobile. I know that it's not common sometimes if you've got big decisions or if you're doing research that you will be on your desktop a lot more, but you need to think mobile first more and more these days, particularly if they're coming from social media, they're coming from a mobile first platform and then they're going to another mobile first experience. So we need to cater for that as well. Okay, so here's why this is worth knowing. You might have a really big, beautiful image at the top of your website, but if that's too large and too slow for it to load on mobile, you'll lose people before they met you. If you've got a pop-up that captures the screen before anyone's got any information, they're probably going to be annoyed already. So we need to think about the fact that a slow site loses people before they've even met you, and Google and AI both nudge slower sites down in the list. So that number, the first number in your web dev, tells you something real. Now, if you run this web dev and your score is lower than you would think it would be, and it makes your stomach drop, it's okay. Take a breath. A low number is not a verdict on you or your business. It's just information for you to work with, and it's a to-do list to help you move through the next steps for your site are, it's not a disaster, and most small business sites do score low because they were built to look pretty, or they were built cheaply and they weren't built to be functional. It's completely normal, and now you know what you know. This means a lot and you can do a lot with that. Okay, so when you go to your web dev page, there are 4 scores that you get. The first one is about page speed, optimization, and how well the page runs. The second score is about accessibility. So that's just like, does it work properly? Can people see things well? The third score is about best practice. So that's is the technical behind the scenes that you don't even have to worry about working for you. And the fourth score is SEO, which we've already worked on in our other 2 lessons. So it should be pretty good by now. There's also another tick box for whether or not you are being found in AI well. So this is a great one-stop shop to give you a really good understanding of how your site is performing and where you need to fix things. Honestly, going over someone's page and telling them where they can optimize is my favorite kind of work. So if you'd rather, don't get overwhelmed, squint at yours on your own, send it my way and we can do it together. I have something on my site for this and the link's in the notes. But to help you get on with the job today, there is 2 parts to this week's prompt. One is that you paste in the words from your homepage and it tells you whether a stranger would get what you do and what you do next and what to do next, and then writes the headline and your call to action so they're clear. Secondly, we're going to run your website through the page speed insights and note your score. Then we can look at your homepage with fresh eyes and we can figure out what we need to do next to make it clearer and also optimized in the back end so that AI and Google are picking this up for you. So that's lesson 3. Your website, clear and quick, earning the people that you've worked so hard to get to you to stay with you and take the next step. All right, let's get going. I'm very curious to see what your web dev score is. Drop it below and have a really wonderful day, guys. It's nice to see you again.